Chasing you down to the edge of the water, the way your tattoos look under your collar. I'm not gonna worry, we're passing the time. And the hardest days are going fast, and I know that nothing ever lasts. 'Cause feels like we're both where we're supposed to be. Windows down, driving slow while you're kissing me, but I know I'm gonna crash. City's made for losing you, falling, finding someone new. But calling me at 2 in the morning to say you feel it too. City's made for losing you, but fighting and for getting through. Coming over at 3 in the morning because you feel it too. Cause you feel it too. All weekend we on the phone. You say that you wanna move home. I think maybe you were never mine. We're racing around like the world's gonna end, but are we gonna break when we're trying to bend? But when you show up and say everything's fine. And the hardest days are going fast, and I know that nothing ever lasts. 'Cause feels like we're not where we're supposed to be. Wanna drive late at night with you next to me, but I don't think that I can ask. The city's made for losing you, falling, finding someone new. But calling me at 2 in the morning to say you feel it too. City's made for losing you, but fighting and for getting through. Coming over at 3 in the morning because you feel it too. Cause you feel it too. Coming over at 3 in the morning because you feel it too. City was made for losing you, falling, finding someone new. But calling me at 2 in the morning to say you feel it too. The city was made for losing you, falling, finding someone new. But calling me at 2 in the morning to say you feel it too.
I got a feeling it burns in my chest. It's growing larger with every breath I take. When I fight it, I hide it, it takes me down. Yeah, I know we created a mess. It's growing bigger with every choice we make. Yeah, we're here, we keep coming around. The more it itches, the higher we go, the harder we fall in and out of love. We should burn those bridges, never look back, but in the end we lose ourselves again. Together. Together. The energy, yeah, it's blacking me out. Being so close. together. Together. Together.
Walking on the moon.
One moment to escape. And you walking on the moon. I've never been. Dance again. All our trouble seems to fade away. This is how I feel when you take me to some levels that I've never been. All our trouble seems to fade away when we dance again. That I've never been. That I've never, ever been. Never been.
Walking on the moon.
One moment to escape. And you walking on the moon.
This is how I feel when you take me to some
seems to fade away. This is how I feel when you take me to some levels that I've never been. All our trouble seems to fade away. When we dance that I've never been. That I've never, ever been. Never been.
Good afternoon, and welcome back to USA States Cup 2021. T1G here, bringing to you our long block of the day. It's going to be 3 matches back to back to back. And the first block of matches is going to have 3 matches going on all at the same time. So we got a lot of OSU going on. We got a lot of matches. We got a ton of things happening. Going to try to keep everybody in the loop. Starting off with the winners bracket quarterfinal, the second of the 4, featuring Florida and Carolina. They'll be going on at the same time as New Jersey versus Oklahoma in the losers bracket round 2, and New York versus Georgia in the losers bracket round 3. You can follow all of those with the MP links. If you do the !MP command in the chat, you'll get all 3 of those links to be able to follow along. At least the MPs obviously can't stream 3 matches all at once, but we're doing what we can to try and keep you guys informed on what's happening. Followed up by Michigan versus Maryland in about an hour's time after this match ends. And then Oregon versus Minnesota coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC. And then 2 a.m. UTC, Washington is awaiting the winner of New Jersey versus Oklahoma, 10 p.m. Eastern for that one. I'm going to briefly introduce the teams. Got nice colors going on for them. Florida, Team Red on the red background, red flag. Exarch, Digital Hypno, Cappy, Fleslin, Skill, Almighty Door, the number 2 overall seeds in the tournament, have looked unstoppable their first 2 matches. Carolina on the other side, Team Blue, also with their flag nicely matching up with the blue background, Team Blue. Very nice to see that. Will Cooking Bag at MK, Kloofy, Yenatoro 7, Toa, Tokoyami, and some more Joy. In an interesting matchup here. I do think Florida has the deeper, more well-rounded roster, but I think Carolina has looked pretty good. So I expect them to make this at least a decently competitive match. We'll probably see some close maps, but I anticipate Florida just being the stronger of the 2 teams. So we're going to see what happens, though. Plenty to watch here. They are getting into their warm-ups here. I believe they're on the 2nd warm-up because... well, that's not right. Hello? Hello, attorney client, please work. Well, it's supposed to be Coconut Mall. I'm not really sure what's going on with my client displaying some other map, but hopefully it'll sort itself out once we get into the actual match. So we're going to get things switched over. This is actually playing Dans la Mer de Son. Hang on a sec. What is happening? My client has misidentified the song, apparently. That's interesting. Hold, please. I'm gonna take one moment and try to get this fixed. I don't know what's going on there. I've never actually seen that happen before. That's a new one on me. We're gonna run a quick restart, and hopefully it'll sort itself out. This is definitely a new one. I don't think I've like the song shows up properly, but it doesn't actually play properly. So we'll see what happens. Because I know I have Coconut Mall in the client already. It's been played before. It's a common warm up for Florida. They pick it every round. So hold please while we attempt to get this sorted out. There we go. All right. Now then, we can watch the warm-up from Florida in peace. God bless. That was very interesting. Sorry for the trouble there. Yeah, Coconut Mall, of course, the typical Florida warm-up that we have seen in all of Florida's matches, I believe. It's their favorite. It's their go-to. It's their classic. So, of course, with this being a winner's bracket, both these teams 2-0 so far in the tournament. Florida taking out Wisconsin 5-0 in the round of 32, and then New Jersey 5-1 in round of 16. Carolina, likewise, 2-0. 5-1 against Illinois, 5-1 against Illinois in round of 32, and 5-1 against Arizona in round of 16 last week. Arizona team that, of course, did end up getting eliminated at the hands of Washington yesterday. So their journey has ended. Florida dropping one map over two matches. Carolina dropping two. But both teams just have looked good. I don't know. I think, Florida is like one of those teams that you just have in mind as a favorite in this tournament every year. They are always a super strong roster. They've got Digital Hypno Exarch historically, as kind of their backbone. Skill Cappy, Fludzlin, and then the newcomer Almighty Door, who kind of like Florida's answer to Utsuha from Team Ohio, one of those players who has risen up over the past few months in the case of Almighty Door, last year or so in the case of Utsuha. And Door has been playing really, really well. So we'll see what he can do as we get farther into the tournament. The pools get more and more difficult. We do have the first ban coming out from Carolina. It is Hard Rock 2. That's been a very common ban over the course of this week so far. It's been the most banned map in this pool by a decent margin. And that is, let me take a look here. That is now the 5th time Hard Rock 2 has been banned in this pool. Tied with Free Mod 2, actually. Both of those have been banned 5 times. Free Mod 2 just being banned in the New York versus Georgia match, it looks like. Florida taking their time deciding on their first ban. Gives me an opportunity to try to fix one thing in chat real quick. Let me see here real fast. Nomad 4 will be the first ban from Florida, so they do want to get rid of the very tricky slider aim tech pick in the Nomad pool. Not the most not the most common of bans, not something I would expect to see Florida banning against Carolina. I feel like that's one of those kind of skill cap maps, but if Florida doesn't feel comfortable with tech in this pool, or if they feel that, maybe that's the sort of thing that Will Cookie would be able to carry for Carolina on, maybe they wanted to get rid of it for that reason. Carolina going with the Nomad 2 second ban, afraid of Florida's ability to stream. Always scary. Kind of like one of those very binary skill sets. You can either play speed and stamina maps, or you can't. Carolina feeling like they probably can't quite as well as Florida could. So that'll be their second ban, getting rid of 2 stamina picks. One of them quite a bit higher BPM than the other, of course. And the final ban is going to be Double Time 4 from Florida. I don't actually know that I fully understand the purpose of that ban. Sorry. Neither of Florida's bans jumps out at me as something that you would obviously ban against Carolina. But that means we don't get to see Popstar, unfortunately. Maybe it's just the RNG factor of a minute-long map that Florida wanted to avoid. But it's going to be Double Time number 3 as the first pick. That's where Florida is going to get started. That's how they want to begin this match. Yometsu Hirasaka Corruption. It's been a very popular pick in this pool thus far this week. It is a very stream stamina-focused DT pick. Right around the 203 BPM mark. This is a Mega MK moment, right? Surely this is a Mega MK moment. Florida feeling like they can chance that though, with XR Cappy and looks like skill maybe. I hope you guys have 100-note stream stamina ready, because that's what this map is going to call for. It's a Cappy moment, I suppose. That dude can stream infinitely. Also, New York versus Georgia playing this map at the same time. Looks like it's the first pick in both of these matches. You'll love to see it. Interestingly, that match leaving Hard Rock 2 available. Looks like we might be set to go here. We've got Exarch, Cappy, and Skill for Florida. Mega MK, Yenatoro 7, and Will Cookie for Carolina. And here we go. Match number 1 of the session. Map number 1. Florida's first pick. Double Time number 3. Dada ZTS LOL in the chat. We've seen some very good performances on this. Caught a couple double FCs, in fact, yesterday. It's a tough task. It's a lot to live up to. But it's going to be one that I think these players will be able to handle. Plenty of stamina in this lobby. Florida, not a team that's known for raw speed, but they do have players who are quite good at this sort of BPM stamina. Interestingly, of course, starting off the match without on a map that does not have Digital Hypno or Almighty Door in for it. Instead, you see Skill and Cappy, who not as much known for their tournament performance, but clearly more comfortable with this particular pick. And in we go. Prepare to just see nothing but streams for about the next 400 combo. We're going to be close to 1,000 combo by the time we reach the other side of this lengthy stamina draining section of the map. You quickly can see who is most comfortable with this and who is not. Yenneter dropping down to 91%, Mega MK dropping down to 95%, Will Cookie at 96. Meanwhile, all of Florida 90, just under 98 or above. And they're going to take a big lead just on accuracy alone. Everybody holding their combo through this. We'll start to see that stamina be drained a little bit, though. Yenneter drops down under 90%, struggling a bit. Will Cookie falls off completely. His stamina ran out at the end. He did not have anything left, and he falls. And it is now a 300k lead for Florida, just like that. The combo and accuracy lead firmly in their favor. And they're just going to run away with this in the second half of the map. That's kind of what happens if you three-way that section and the other team doesn't. You get such a big lead. It's a very tough spot to be in if you have your opposition make it through and you don't. Unfortunately, Carolina going to suffer for it. There is a break on Cappy from the aim. Those triples, easy enough to break on, but Yenneter is going to follow up immediately thereafter, missing the exact same way. The miss aim on the triples. Skill following up as well, so it is now Exarch and Mega MK, the only FCs remaining. But a 600,000 point lead for Florida is going to feel pretty comfortable with just the last quarter of the map to go. Let's see if Exarch can bring home the FC, and if Mega can likewise. Big combo, big accuracy lead for Florida. Combo in favor of Carolina, but not anymore. Will Cookie does find a break, had about a 500 combo, trying to eke away some of that lead, but it's just not going to be enough, unfortunately. And Florida's going to take this first pick in a pretty solid fashion. It's going to be about a 500, 600k margin of victory once it's done. And well done to Exarch. Going to bring home the 98% full combo. That is incredibly solid accuracy. Skill 98.79. Also doing very well for himself. Just a couple of breaks near the end there. But that was Florida dominance on their own first pick. A very well-chosen first map of this match for the Floridians. And they strike first, taking a 1-0 lead. Now it is time for Carolina's first pick, which I have to think is going to be a Will Cookie map, because that is their linchpin to success for Carolina's side. He is by far their highest skill cap player, so we're going to have to see what he's capable of in this match, because he's going to need to rise to the occasion if Carolina wants to keep this one close. Somebody from Florida will almost always be matching Will Cookie in all likelihood, and the backing scores a little bit deeper in terms of roster for Florida. So we will see as Mega and Exarch match FCs, but Mega goes ahead and leaves the lobby ahead of the next pick. Some more Joy coming in. Does that mean... what does that imply? I don't actually know what that implies. Nomad 6, it is time for reading. I am Murloc, the first pick for Carolina. We have said repeatedly, this is about the most based first pick for any team in this map pool. And it is the first pick for Carolina here today against Florida. Gonna call on the reading players, and I don't know how great an idea that is when you've got Almighty Door on the other team. It's a tall mountain to climb. But we know Carolina will likely perform quite well on some reading picks. Both the low AR, the older style patterns, small circles. There's a lot to unpack with this map, especially if you're not a super comfortable one on old maps. Looks like we're going to see Will Cookie, Toa Tokoyami, and some more Joy on the side of Carolina. Almighty Door, Exarch, and a third. I think Digital Hypno probably plays this as a third for Florida. There he is, into the lobby. One of the best-known tournament players from the United States over the course of the past 5 years or so. He's been lying somewhat dormant, but you know he's always going to show up for his state here in USC. He has led this team to top finishes in USC time and time again. So the rosters are set. Digital Hypno, Exarch, Almighty Door, taking on Toa, Tokoyami, some more Joy, and Will Cookie on the first pick for Carolina. Nomad 6, get hyped for I Am Murloc, one of the most based maps in this pool. I don't know how better to describe it. See if some more Joy connects in. Gonna need some precision aim, gonna need some low AR reading. You have to be so comfortable with your cursor control on maps like this. And we'll see who fits the bill among these two teams. Some more Joy finding the early break, the first one to miss of anybody. But there's plenty of map to come. This one, I think it feels long. It's 3 minutes and 19 seconds, so it is a decently long map. Anywhere 3 minutes, you know? But something about the very low BPM and the low approach rate and the big, and the small circles, it just all adds up to be pretty taxing. Starting off pretty well for 5 out of the 6 in their lobby, and some more Joy not all that far behind. But the early advantage by 70, just under 70,000 is in Florida's favor. Digital Hypno matching Will Cookie at 99.48 AC through that first section. 95s on Toa Tokiyami and some more Joy, not helping all that much, unfortunately, with Door at 98. But there's the first break for Florida. It's going to come from Exarch. Toa Tokiyami the next, though. Carolina not able to take advantage. And now they're just down to Will Cookie against Digital Hypno and Almighty Door. That is a tough 2v2 if you're Carolina. It's tough 2v2 for about anyone. Digital Hypno and Will Cookie still matching each other. Will Cookie drops a little bit of act. Door with notable advantage of about 140,000 points over Almighty Door, or over Samorjo, excuse me. And that is basically the margin of the lead for Florida as a team. And so we come to the last third of the map. That 140,000 points lead just about. Florida still hanging on. But Digital Hypno and Almighty Door have to keep up their FCs because Will Cookie and Some More Joy both have a very solid amount of combo. I'm into some of these 1/6 quads. Nobody dropping any yak on them, nobody breaking on them. And Florida still in the driver's seat. The lead goes out to about 210K, and we don't have much time left. If there's going to be a break, it needs to be right now for Florida, or Carolina will just fall by the wayside. And it's going to be a break point. And with the scores where they are now, I think it is now a done deal. We're going to see 3 full combos, 1 very near full combo from the teams. It does look like, unless there's a last-second choke. And it is going to be Digital Hypno, Almighty Door, and Will Cookie all coming out with the full combos. But that gap between Almighty Door and Some More Joy was all it took for Florida to be able to win that one. And so they're going to start off with a 2-0 lead and an early break point. Not the way you want to start out the match for a first pick if you're Carolina. Put up that kind of a score on that map and still end up losing it by 240K. Very unfortunate state of affairs, but plenty of match to come. Best of 11 means Florida still has 4 more points they need to win to get to the finish line. So nowhere near over by any means this early just because of 1 break point. While Florida is picking, we're going to check in on the other matches. New York has taken a quick 2-0 lead over Georgia, winning on the DT3 that we talked about, as well as Hidden 2 Shotgun Senorita. They are now in Nomad 5 as the 3rd pick. Meanwhile, New Jersey and Oklahoma have just gotten started. I'm not really sure why that got so delayed. They're playing their first map 25 minutes into the match. And they're in Childish Killer. That might be the first time that's been played, actually. I think that had been picked previously. Yeah, it's the first pick for Nomad 3. Again, we'll try to keep you guys up on what's going on there. Still no picks on either Hard Rock 2 or Hidden 3, interestingly. A few matches still to come, though. Got a chance. And Hard Rock 1 will be the pick for Florida back here on this court. In this arena, the stadium. So we will get Soshi So Ai. Pretty tricky aim. Hard Rock 1. Not the most comfortable of maps, but one that the high skill cap players will definitely do well on. We've seen Some mixed results on this pick over the course of the last couple days. We saw this picked earlier in the match this morning between Colorado and Oregon, and it was kind of an ugly affair. Anybody who watched that match knows that those teams did not fare all that well on this pick. But we're going from loser's bracket there to winner's bracket here, so the skill caps, I think, are going to be a bit higher. There's going to be some players who are a bit more comfortable and consistent on this type of map. Thinking skill Digital Hypno and then either Exarch or Fleslin for Florida. Not sure who the three necessarily will be for Carolina. This is not necessarily Taquito's favorite skill set, so we're going to have to wait and see who Carolina go with. It is going to be Mega Toa and Yenneter. It's going to be Fleslin as the third for Florida, making his debut in this match, alongside Hard Rock Aim's stalwarts, Skill and Digital Hypno. No surprise seeing those two in. Gonna be interested to see how Fleslin performs here. He can be a little bit nebulous. You just don't know whether you're gonna get, you know, the 800k Fleslin or the 300k Fleslin. Obviously a very strong aim player, but the consistency maybe not quite up to the level of some of the other, you know, high-tier tournament players that we see. So we wait for Skill. Tournament client really running it down today with regards to trying to load in players. I don't know what's going on there. All right, here we go. I think you've got really solid Hard Rock Aim on Florida. This is a tough one for Carolina, but this map is tricky. It's not just raw aim. There are some stop and start patterns, some bursts, kick sliders, etc. Lots of uncomfortable sorts of aspects of this map, but Carolina already falling two of their FCs instantly broken, Mega and Toa, before they even got to the 200 combo mark. Not the way you want to start off, especially since this is not that long of a pick. This is only 2 minutes 43 seconds, which is somewhat short by Hard Rock 1 standards. You look at last week, which the Glory Days was 4 minutes plus, you know, things like that. So, a little less room for error. There is the first break for Florida. Skill with a little miss-aim. Known Hard Rock consistency player, too. A bit surprising. He was clearly not happy about that. But fortunately, Toa Tokiyami finding a break right after. Digital Hypno Fleslin still holding on just fine. 150k lead to Florida is going to grow even more. There goes Yenneter. Mega, the only combo for Carolina, and he's only at 280. So this is going to be Florida running out to a pretty big lead in the middle third. And we get a little bit of a slow part, and Mega breaks on it. All right, this is going to get ugly in a quick sort of fashion here. If Florida can maintain the double FC and Skill on a decent backing combo, Carolina continuing to find breaks. Florida makes it through the little finger control section just fine as well. Very impressive stuff from them. This is going to be quite the score if they can keep this up. We have not seen this picked all that much, but I do think this is the best performance we will have seen so far. Fleslin does find a break, so it will not be a double FC in the offing for him and Digital Hypno. But the damage is long since done. Florida doubling the score of their opponents. Digital Hypno wondering if he can get a 1v3. It will not be, as he breaks his combo near the end here as well. But it is going to be a huge win for Florida on this pick. Absolutely something that is not within Carolina's favored skill sets. When you take Will Cookie out of the equation, you know you've done something right picking against Carolina. So this was a very strong option for Florida, and they are proving that there are absolutely no slouches in Hard Rock Aim, as they win by 1.1 million points and take a 3-0 consolidated breakpoint advantage already halfway to the finish line for the Floridians. Fleslin with the S rank, just a slider break, one to miss on Digital Hypno. Meanwhile, the best Carolina could muster up was a 455k. I mean, that's just a pretty big gap between the teams. We do, though. Carolina gets another opportunity. Drop the breakpoint, drop the consolidation. 3-0 down, but they do have the next pick. By no means over yet. But they gotta get a good pick in here, and I really think this has to be a Will Cookie map. The problem is Florida has solid hidden players. I mean, Digital Hypno, one of the really strong hidden players you see. So it puts Carolina in a tough spot because the player that is their ace in the hole, unfortunately, does not confer such a big advantage on a matchup like this one as he normally would against maybe some lower seeded teams. Maybe you just opt into Mega MK's skill set. You know, you go a speed pick, something like something like Nomad 5 maybe. I don't know. I think you gotta try something different, and that different is going to be Fremod 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for CS5 AR8 Barusa of Mikosu. Y'all know it, y'all love it. It's been a popular pick, it's been a popular ban. It is a difficult map for basically all mods, but we've got some players in here who could go some interesting routes with this pick. You know, last week, Almighty Door, was it Easy Flashlight SS? Easy Flashlight? I mean, like, the X factor on these types of picks that Florida picked up this year in Almighty Door is really, really important to their team. Kind of shores up a third player on free mods like this map that are that older style, small circle, low approach rate type of pick. And on this map, which is quite tricky with Hard Rock, you know, if you have somebody, if you can go like a hidden player and then maybe you have an Easy Flashlight player and you don't force somebody onto Hard Rock, or if you just have somebody who's really good at Nomad who has very good low approach rate reading, you know, I could see this being a Digital Hypno hidden Almighty Door Nomad Exarch Hard Rock type of pick, while Carolina, you know, Will Cookie hidden Yenitor Nomad Kloofy Hard Rock, not sure, maybe Yenitor Hard Rock, we'll find out. You know, when everything feels like a risky pick, you have to look at what the team choosing has in terms of strengths on that type of map, more so than what their opponents do. And it is going to be the Almighty Door Easy Digital Hypno hidden Exarch Hard Rock. Carolina looking like it's going to be Will Cookie hidden and Kloofy Hard Rock with Yenitor going Nomad, and it is indeed. Almighty Door. Almighty Door? Okay. Almighty Door just trolled the beginning, and somehow Florida is still in the lead. Okay, it was actually just Bancho, that's why. Thank you, Bancho. I was like, there's no way they're in the lead if that was real misses, if those were real misses, excuse me. Reminder, of course, Almighty Door's score will be doubled with the Easy. But if Florida wins, you know, without it, then it just doesn't even matter. So we'll get into this and see what happens. Accuracy suffering hard for Carolina thus far. 91% on Kloofy and 92% on Yenitor. Will Cookie, as always, steady as a rock. 98% hidden FC so far. But Florida in the lead. It is going to go over to Carolina on the score. Remember, though, whatever Florida's score is, just add Almighty Doors to it again. So unless Carolina's up by a pretty significant margin, Florida is actually still in the lead. Making people do a little bit of thought work here. You know, what'd be really cool is if the tournament client had a way to set Easy to 2x, so it would just automatically double their score, or automatically set the modifier to 1 instead of 0.5. That'd be dope. God, we'd be living in the future if that were to be a setting. That'd be so sick. But I can't imagine that official Osu support or wants to support that sort of thing, because it's like super specific to tournaments, and not even all tournaments. But like custom mods for custom multipliers for mods in tournament client would be kind of nifty. It is still a 3-way for Florida. There's a break for Kloofy, the first real big break of this map from anyone. Into stacks we go. Exarch does finally break on it. Yenitor, though, broke as well as did Kloofy. Will Cookie made it through. Digital Hypno made it through. Almighty Door made it through. Will Cookie having himself a grand old time, but unfortunately, you can only carry so hard when you're only one person. There goes Digital Hypno. So the score lead finally goes over to Carolina as we get into the perfect stacks. How's everybody going to do on him? And the answer is quite well. Wow. All 6 players FCing the perfect stack pattern. That was pretty cool. You love to see it. Kloofy breaks on the fast sliders. Exarch breaks right after. But this is going to be too much Florida. I think that Easy is going to be the carry. There's no Exarch having a little bit of trouble here towards the end, but they have established enough of a lead. And Almighty Door is matching Will Cookie, though it doesn't look like it on your screen. He is doing so. That is going to be a second break point for Team Florida. The Easy FC comes out from Almighty Door. Will Cookie with the Hidden FC. Discuss amongst yourselves which of those is more impressive. I would argue maybe the Hidden FC, but, you know, both very cool. And Florida are going to take the point by a couple 100,000. Don't even really need to do any math there, because it was fairly obvious. Oh, I just fucked this, didn't I? I hate the tournament client so much. I should fix it. Yep. Well done to Florida. Double break point now ahead. 4-0, their lead. Two 100s for Almighty Door. It is easy, so AC is not really all that impressive because you either hit or miss pretty much. The window for a 300 is like, because it's not doing what I want it to. There we go. The window for 300 obviously massive on easy OD, but still, nice FC. And Florida gonna go into Nomad 5. It is time for Mega MK, at long last, to be unleashed. Florida speed. And let's take a look here at our other matches. Georgia won Nomad 5 against New York and won 3-Mod 1, so I believe that one is tied up at 2 apiece now. Making a match of it. New Jersey up 2-0 against Oklahoma. It's 40 minutes in and they've only played 2 maps. My goodness, that one is taking a long time. And here we go. Almighty Door skill Exarch for Florida. Will Cookie, Mega MK, and Yanitor for Carolina. Carolina still looking to get onto the board. Down 4-0. That opportunity is being slammed shut in their faces here to look for a semifinal berth. Florida just too strong on all of these picks so far. And at long last, Exarch speed will be brought to the forefront in front of our very eyes. 3-minute long, 235 BPM Nomad 5 pick this week. Very stamina heavy. Big on the bursts. Some slightly awkward aim, a couple of 1/3s, nothing too crazy in that regard. And already Florida making short work of Carolina in the early goings here. No FCs left for Carolina. Will Cookie and Yanitor are both having trouble. Mega breaking at the very beginning as well. Into the first chorus. Another break from Yanitor. Florida still just making it look so easy. 99 AC FCs on all 3 members. This is unfair. Will Cookie breaks again. Oh boy. This could get very ugly. We saw last night 4 FCs in the Massachusetts versus North California match, with the accuracy lead taking it for Massachusetts. So Florida, to improve on Massachusetts, would need to triple FC this, which would be a modern marvel. It's not going to be, as Almighty Door finds their first break. Exarch and skill, though. Still both holding on just fine. The lead, 400,000 points. Not going anywhere anytime soon. Things starting to stabilize over the Carolina side. They do have a decent amount of combo on both Will Cookie and Yenneter, with Mega MK just behind the FCs. But as long as Florida keeps holding on those two FCs, they're not going to be in any sort of distress. Come into the guitar solo. A bit of accuracy drop from Exarch and Almighty Door. At the end of the world. See if they can hold on to combo here. Skill does find a break. It is now just Exarch with the FC. Score gap, fortunately, still about 400k, but that's a lot of combo on Will Cookie and Yenneter to bring into the last quarter of the map. Whether or not it's enough to bring this gap down is a different matter entirely, though, and there goes Mega, so that answer is going to be no. Into the ending we will come, with Exarch holding on to the lone FC in the lobby. Will Cookie and Yenneter both over 1,000 combo, but it's going to be all too little, all too late for Carolina on this map, as Almighty Door does find a break, but Exarch with an FC still intact, going to bring this one home, and Florida will be taking a 5-0 lead on yet another map that was just never in doubt. There was never a time on that pick that it felt like Carolina had any sort of shot once they found those early breaks. As long as Exarch and skill held, I mean, 1,200 combo for skill, FC for Exarch, and that is match points, 5-0. Will Carolina get on the board? It's going to be in the question at this rate. It's looking less and less likely. Georgia, with their third point in a row, are now ahead 3-2 against New York. Anybody see that coming? I didn't. New Jersey did actually dropped Nomad 1, so it is 2-1 over there. New Jersey winning Nomad 3, losing Nomad 1, and winning DT 3. We may check in on depending on what happens. Depending on what happens here in the next few minutes, we may end up checking in on Georgia versus New York, but in the interest of time, we'll be, cutting away from that if it doesn't end before the hour or thereabouts to switch over to Michigan versus Maryland. So, gotta play this by ear a little bit. We are finally getting the hidden 2 pick out of Carolina. We've been kind of expecting this one to happen eventually. Last gasp effort to try to get on the board. It is going to be the fully new comboed hidden 2 here, Shotgun Senorita. It's both deceptively difficult and deceptively easy, because the actual mechanical requirements of this map are not that high. There are no giant aim patterns, nothing crazy, no huge high BPM streams, anything like that. But it's hidden overlaps and perfect stacks with no follow points, since it's all new combos. So, a little bit of reading may be required. Players often have been saying that the all-new combo actually makes it easier, so we'll see how that pans out. Get it, pans out, because it's pans difficult. I'll see myself out. All right, Almighty Door, Digital Hypno, Fleslin. Fleslin area hidden player. All right, let's go, Fleslin. Will Cookie, Kloofy, and Yenneter for Carolina. Yeah. And, hey, another time we've played this map and somebody chain missed the first stream. Yenneter this go around. Somebody has broken there every single time this map has been played. This match is no exception. Early lead to Florida on that basis as they hold the 3-way SS to the first 100 combo. Not a lot to write home about, obviously, but it helps them establish at least a small lead. And into the map we go. A couple main patterns in this that are going to be a lot of the difficulty. There's the triangle section And then the square section, I will dub them. About halfway and 3/4 of the way through, respectively. Where it's just overlap reading, and if you hit it, you hit it, and if you don't, you don't. And, like, there's no in-between. Florida still maintaining the 3-way. Clufy and Yenneter both breaking early on here. This one not looking great, but there's the break from Almighty Door. Opens it back up just a little bit for Carolina. Fleslin with the next break. Here we go into that triangle pattern. Clufy's going to break on it, so does Almighty Door. Digital Hypno holding onto the SS still, but the lead's going to go over to Carolina. Will Cookie holding the SS to match, and Yenneter with a 415 combo, just the early break. Clufy having a rough go of things, but it's just not mattering at this rate, because there goes Fleslin once again as well. And here we come into the square section. If Yenneter hits it, it's all over for Carolina. They're going to take their point here. Oh, does he make it through? He makes it through. Wait a minute, it's going back over to Florida because Clufy's not hitting anything. He's losing score. Clufy just lost like 60K in that section. He hit none of the notes. That's going to keep this so close, but the double FCs from Yenneter and Will Cookie are still alive, which means Carolina may be able to take this anyway. Oh my goodness. Carolina is going to win the point in remarkable fashion. It's going to be a double SS. Will Cookie and Digital Hypno both SS the map, but Yenneter 07, the reverse choke just missing in the first stream. And Almighty Door 10 misses. Unfortunately, neither Door nor Fleslin had enough score to make up. Man, that was wild to watch. Clufy just went full Kami no Kotoba. That was a tragic situation to watch. The fact that they still won it is absolutely ridiculous. And no sweep will be forthcoming as Carolina gets themselves onto the board. 5-1 is the score. What is the pick going to be here from Florida as they attempt to close out the match? We'll find out. New York finally rights the ship. That one, I believe, tied up 3-3 currently. I will go to confirm momentarily. Oh, this guy over here. There we go. It is indeed 3-3, New York versus Georgia. And in the other match, let me see if I can get this one right. There we are. New Jersey ahead 3-1 against Oklahoma, currently in No Mod 5 from New Jersey. And Free Mod 3 is going to be the pick from Team Florida, so we are going to get the banger in the Free Mod pool. Well, one of the two bangers in the Free Mod pool, really. It is going to be Dice by Bandmade. This is the balanced, more normal of the free mods. Free Mod 1 obviously being a relatively tech-favored map. Free Mod 2 being low approach rate, high circle size. Free Mod 3 is the banger slot. Last week we had Torioka. This week we have Dice by Bandmade. This is the slot where we just get the good songs. We get Cappy in. Cappy skill digital hypno. So that means I think Cappy Nomad skill hard rock digital hypno hidden. Oh wait, digital hypno goes out, so not sure. Have to wait on that one and see. Will Cookie, Mega MK, and Toa Tokiyami for Carolina. Again, still trying to stay alive. Florida taking some time deciding on their third member for this map. Gotta be really, do we have a timer going here, guys? Alright, it's gonna be Digital Hypno. Happy Skill Habib. Will Mega Toa. And GLHF's coming out, so we are gonna go ahead and get this one started. It is Carolina backs against the proverbial wall. They've erased one match point in Florida's favor. Can they keep it rolling with the Free Mod 3, the hardest map in terms of star rating with Hard Rock in the pool? Skill once again not in. Thank you, Attorney Client. Okay. And as expected, Skill, Hard Rock, Digital Hypno hidden, Cappy Nomad, Will Cookie hidden, Toa Tokiyami Hard Rock, and Mega MK Nomad. You know, we've discussed, you know, there's a couple of factors that can really make or break this pick. You know, which team has the better Hard Rock player? And sometimes that has just come down to almost dead even. We saw last time this was played, they were within, I think, 7,000 points of each other. Sometimes it's just the Nomads. You know, everybody else falls by the wayside. One of the Nomads, you know, comes up to the last Ki with an FC, ends at like 850, 900k, while the other player breaks on the 1/3 pattern in the solo and ends up at about 700k. And that can just make the difference in the map. So we're kind of letting the Hard Rock players do what they do, because those guys usually are the lower scorers. But the Hidden and the Nomads, obviously very important in this one. Those are by far the easier mods on this map in terms of raw mechanical requirement. The aim on this with Hard Rock is pretty big. So far, so good. Only the early breaks from the Hard Rock players, Skill and Toa, trading the early goings, but big accuracy difference. Skill at 99.5. No, he is no longer, as he finds a couple of breaks. Drops from 99.5 down to under 99. 90. Meanwhile, though, Toa Tokiyami, 92% accuracy. Not helping things out for Carolina, but the combo is going to be all the difference that Carolina needs to try and bring this gap down. Oh, but Toa Tokiyami is going to find another break. And so it is Hidden and Nomad 2v2 for the teams. As Skill drops some more combo. Those Hard Rock players within about 50,000 points of each other. As we go into the second Ki, Florida clinging to just a 50,000 point lead. Capping Digital Hypno in very decent style, maintaining their 2 AFC, but Will Cookie and Mega MK doing likewise. Cappy breaks the big towards, and so does Digital Hypno. That is both of the FCs gone instantly for Florida. Will Cookie and Mega MK both made it through, which means this lead is going to go to Carolina. The question is, can those two hold on? We're going to come through this solo, a little bit of free combo, but then will come that very tricky 1/3 section. If Will Cookie and Mega can hold through that, they'll be home as free as it gets. Will Cookie doing incredible work, 99.65 AC FC with Hidden. Here we are in the 1/3, and everybody but Toa Tokiyami hit it. Wow, 5 out of 6 players hitting that pattern. It's the first time I've seen that happen. And that means the lead gonna grow for Carolina even more coming into the last Ki. This is Will Cookie and Mega MK putting on a show at the most opportune of times. The double FC still intact. And 150,000 point lead for Carolina. If they can hold on just a little bit longer, that lead will be out of reach. And they'll have their first break point of the match. But Florida is not going to let this go quite so easily. Toa Tokiyami finding another break. That score is not the greatest, but fortunately, Skill missing as well on that accelerating stream. And there goes Digital Hypno. That's going to do it. Will Cookie and Mega both continuing the FC. Very, very impressive stuff. Those are 2 of the best scores we've seen on the weekend on this map. If Will Cookie... you hate to see it. You just hate to see it. Mega MK, though, still holding in that lead. More than enough for Carolina to get a break point. And it'll be 5-2 with their own pick to come. I believe we're going to see a hidden pick next. That was impressive from Carolina, though. That was a really solid. Will Cookie with the 1 miss and Mega MK with the full combo. But unfortunately, Florida just breaking it inopportune moments. Five to 2 goes the score. Carolina to pick next. Things just got a little more interesting than expected in this match. Really looked for all the world like Florida might just close it out. But Carolina saying we're not ready to go down to loser's bracket quite yet. And this is a hidden 1 angle, I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly sure this has to be hidden 1 because I don't think you go Hard Rock, and I don't know if you go Free Mod 1 if you're Carolina. And it is going to be the hidden 1. So it's going to be the hidden slider map. We got some sliders, we got some streams, some bursts. It is a tough pick. But Carolina, hidden, you know, it's kind of what we expect. We'll see if this one can go as well for them as Hidden 2 did. I think this one is maybe a little less favored, but it is still a pick that I think they're going to feel pretty decent about. All right, and we're in match point number 3 for Florida. Carolina taking out 2 of them. We'll see what happens here. Will Cookie Mega and Yenidor versus Door, Exarch, and Digital Hypno on one of the most sneaky hard maps in this pool, honestly. There are so many places on this map that you can break just like that. I mean, you slightly miss aim or you fall off one of those streams, whatever it is, it's very easy to have a bad time on this map. The mechanical requirement, you know, it's like the cursor movement required to play this properly. Also the reading, I mean, this is pretty dense. We're gonna see the first break out of Exarch on that little slider burst. Accuracy advantage negligible for either team. Carolina holding the 3-way thus far through about 400 combo. This is a long map though. There goes Yenidor, though. The first break for Carolina. Combo advantage back over to Florida. They're going to take the lead back with it. Digital Hypno, though, finding a miss as well, and it's down just a Door for the FC. Will Cookie and Mega still holding for Carolina. The lead will go back their way here shortly once that combo outweighs the accuracy gap. Florida's salvation is the fact that they have much better accuracy than their opponents, which is going to keep the score relatively close, but that's a lot of combo. Oh, but there go Yanitor and Mega. Almighty Door matching Will Cookie. It's only ever so slightly behind in terms of accuracy, but backed up by Exarch on a 550 combo. Making the difference. As Florida looks to finally close this out. They need to hold on for quite some time, though. We're only halfway through, but that lead growing to about 100,000 points. Will Cookie, though, breaks the FC. It's all on Almighty Door now. Florida in a very good spot. And this might be spelling doom for Carolina. Boy, Almighty Door putting forward the best play we've seen on this, I believe, all weekend. If he can FC, it would be the first FC we've seen on this, I think. Really, really impressive stuff from the newcomer to the Florida roster. And Mega MK, Yanitor 07 both breaking one last time. Their fate has been sealed already. And Door misses the last circle! No way, dude! Oh, you hate to see it! Oh, that is tragic. He will not manage to get the FC. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Oh, that is so sad. But that is the match. Florida takes it. 6-2 final score. Well done to the Florida roster. Well done to them. Well done, Florida. Moving on to the semifinals. They will await the winner of SoCal versus Ohio. Match that will be played tomorrow night. And we're going to take just a moment here. Got to update some stuff. That'll be Florida. Moving onward, the second out of the 4 semifinalists now to be set. Carolina will follow the losers bracket. We're facing off against the New York versus Georgia winner. And that match is ongoing. And we're going to go to the next match in just a moment's time. So we'll be right back. It is going to be Michigan versus Maryland coming up right after this, as New Jersey versus Oklahoma, New York, Georgia are both finishing up.